a lot of people, they work with themselves. They are with themselves, but they are strangers. They don't know who they are.
They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know.
Including Gen Zs.
See,
Especially Gen Zs. No.
let's not put an age group to this.
Okay.
Let's not put
But
an age-
for real.
Well, I believe. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Ven Podcast, where we give voice and meaning to emotion people do not know they are carrying. Yeah, and I'll be your host for today, for tomorrow, and always. I'm Tamara Omoike, and here with me, we have our double certified coach, Moses. Please say hi to the people.
Hello, people. I'm Coach Moses, the founder of Ghoodhjob, and I feel so excited to be here. So excited to be here. How are you doing, Tamara?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah.
So, can you just tell us what Vent Podcast is all about? Just a brief, something brief.
Okay. We created this event podcast to help individuals to master self, to have awareness of the emotional trauma, the turmoil that they're going through. And with my training as a life and health coach and focusing on emotional mastery, I tend to use this podcast to help individuals to master their emotions, to live a more productive life and a fulfilled life. Basically that.
So you've heard from him. So basically, Vent Podcast is just to vent, like the name implies. Just come tell us what you're going through. We would scratch the surface, delve deep, and heal, soar, and be free. Basically.
Let me point this out.
Okay.
This podcast is in no way trying to ridicule, condemn, nor judge anybody.
At all.
Yeah.
At all.
Please.
At all. I'm just here to help and to vibe.
Yes.
So with me today's we have a story that I'll be sharing with you guys.
Okay.
Yes, a woman, her name is Rosalind. She reached out to me a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
And she shared with me her life story, what the challenge she's going through.
Wow. Okay.
This is not a fiction. She shared with me her life story, what she's going through, and I've taken permission from her to share this story because she couldn't be here she can't be here with us today. So I'll be reading the story.
Okay.
I did a brief summary of what she talked about. So Rose, over the past few years, I'm speaking Rose now, I have started to feel completely lost. It's as if I have been walking on a path in which I have taken some wrong turn. And now I realize that my life is very different from what I imagined. I planned my life. I had hopes, but suddenly I found myself in the middle of nowhere. I was not lucky. Something went wrong. And I tried all the time. I studied hard, attended additional postgraduate courses, worked tirelessly, and still I have achieved nothing. When I look around me, I see successful people around me who have not tried as hard as I have. I say this because I know some of them and I have not given up. I continue to fight. I do not want to. See, before I continue her story, I understand Rosalind because I've faced the same thing too, whereby you are working twice as hard, even 3 times as hard.
I know that can feel.
And then people that are not putting in half the effort.
Yes.
They are not even. You will see what you are looking for will fall on their lap. I'm not even talking about Nepo babies.
Okay.
It will fall on their lap. For instance, I'm in sales. Yeah.
Okay.
You see us who make those cold calls, who do prospecting, who make the warm calls, do the follow up and everything.
And at the end of the day,
nothing. All you get is rejection. And then you see your colleague doesn't come to the office, leaves the office when she manages to come, doesn't do anything yet. You just see where she's sitting down, a client will just call her like, somebody gave me your number. I don't know if you'll be available. Before you know what is happening, she has closed that deal. So it happens to the best of us.
yes, true.
And it can be traumatizing. Have you experienced something like that?
Yeah, I can relate. I can relate because even when I started as a coach myself, I wasn't really sure what path to follow. I was working tirelessly. I worked morning, worked afternoon, worked night. So I wasn't really sure what exactly I was doing, channeling a lot of energy, wondering if what I was doing was right or wrong. But I just kept working and I felt exhausted. Yet I had persons who were doing almost less as much as I was doing.
Like, it's so.
And they just get to the best of life. And you will feel as though you're not doing anything.
Exactly. You feel like you're not productive.
You feel like you're not productive. I really can relate.
Okay, so let me continue before. So she said, the life I live is an ordinary, normal life. The work I do is not work that I particularly like. I work to get my salary. I am not motivated anymore. The people I see are mostly people I do not like. I just have to see them. Relatives, business clients, a few old friends from university. I started not liking myself very much and started avoiding looking in the mirror in the morning and throughout the day. What should I say to the sad woman whose face is so tired, her skin is pale and withered? What should I say to this woman? I console myself with the thought that besides me, there are many other people who do not like themselves so much. See, when you say there are so many other people who do not like themselves so much, you console yourself, I don't think that's the right thing to do. I'm comfortable with that. Many people are dying.
True.
Many people are making it. It depends on where you want to face. What you want to use to console yourself. How are you feeling? How are you dealing with how you're feeling? How do you feel? Yeah. And how do you want to feel? What do you want to do to feel better? Telling yourself that somebody else is doing worse than me or someone else is doing better than me will only bring you down. Yeah, we'll just keep bringing you down. And if it's either it brings you down or it doesn't give you enough push to get to the heights of your potential. For me.
Yes, I get you. I agree with you.
Okay, so I want to ask you a question. Why is it that, because from what she said, she felt motivated at first, and then along the line just dwindled. So I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Why is it that at the beginning of the year or at the beginning you start off being motivated? You just wake up like, I'll go and resume at the gym.
Energy for energy.
You go to the gym. I want to fix my life. I will get married. I will do serious relations. And by the time, that's January. And by the time you get to April, I don't know.
Okay, so the thing is, in my opinion, I believe a lot of person in that phase, that January, February era, persons are only trying to replace their disappointment for the goals they couldn't achieve last year with motivation. So they go through the end of the year, after going through the year, not being able to achieve certain goals. And then they're like, around November, December, they begin to feel like, what have I done this year? What have I done? My mate have done this, my mate have done that. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I can.
And then you begin to feel disappointed in yourself for not being able to achieve certain things.
Okay.
Right? And then when the new year kicks in, the only way to get yourself to feel better is to begin to hope for or assume, or should I say plan for things you believe you'll be able to achieve.
Okay.
Right? So you see this future and then you get motivated by it. Motivated. Now, motivation for me, I believe, is a false energy. Why? Because motivation alone cannot sustain you in the long run.
Wait, let me process that. You said motivation is a false
I call energy. It's a false energy because it cannot sustain you in the long run.
Okay.
Yes, all humans need motivation.
Okay.
Right? But alone, it cannot sustain you for the long run. So I call it a false energy. So that feeling of, I want to do this, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do that. It's just motivation alone.
Okay.
And you are doing that just to replace the disappointment. Why? Because the disappointment was not properly processed.
So if I get you correctly, you're saying that motivation as an energy is not fuel enough.
It's not fuel. God bless you. That's the word.
Okay.
It's not fuel enough to take you for the long run. For 3, 4, 5 years, keep going. No.
Wow.
So that's why you You start the year, you feel highly energized. You have this rise in your spirit, like when you have rise in adrenaline. You get what I'm saying? And you're, I need to do this. I'll do this. Like you feel motivated. You go to the gym. You start that business, and then slowly you begin to realize that the energy is dropping. It's not your fault. It's just the nature of that energy.
Well, as a 90s kid,
Mhm.
it goes against everything we've been taught. Everything we've been taught is, you have to keep meditated, motivated, aspire to perspire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're saying that motivation is a false energy.
It's a false energy, yes. I believe it's a false energy.
Yeah.
Sick energy, in fact.
So, but wait. Motivation as a false energy, whereby, according to you,
Yes.
you said that before the end of the year, it runs out. What if it doesn't run out? What if what made it run out is experiences that life throws at you?
Yes.
This one now is not from you now.
Exactly.
It's from the outside.
From the outside.
Yes. How do you now? You can't say that motivation was a false energy there.
Yes. Now, that's the
How
thing.
does that
That's
work?
the thing. What keeps you going is an energy, a force.
Mm-hmm.
Something drives you. As humans, we're vessels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something within us drives us to keep going,
Mm-hmm.
to keep doing,
Okay.
right? Now, if your energy alone is coming from motivation,
Mm-hmm.
you will definitely have experiences. And the experience you have are neither there to break you or to make you. They are just there. Whatever it is, your interaction with that experience is what determines whether or not it makes you or it breaks you.
Okay.
Right? Now, I am saying that motivation alone, because of its nature, when certain experience hits you, it will break you. Right?
Yeah.
It will break. You won't have enough energy to resist because it is false.
Okay.
And sometimes you may not even need to have a crazy hell of an experience before you just fall off.
Yeah.
By yourself, you just get tired.
Truly.
And if you keep going 1 year, 2 years, then it wasn't really motivation.
Okay.
Then there was something that truly empowered you.
And then what is that? If motivation is a false energy,
Yes.
what is the true energy?
Good. The true energy is alignment.
Okay.
The true energy is alignment. Oftentimes we get motivation from external factor. That is why it doesn't last. I see my friend doing this. I see my guy doing it. I see my sister doing this. I see my colleagues doing this. Oh, I see people online doing this. Oh, the society is doing this. Oh, this person made it. I didn't make it. My friend made this. I didn't do this. That becomes a reason why you want to do. There is no truth coming from within. And as a result, there's no alignment. So you're drawing your energy from an external factor.
Okay.
Are you getting the picture?
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting the picture?
Mm-hmm.
So that is the problem. That is why it doesn't last, because it's external. Whereas if it's internal, which is alignment.
Okay.
It flows.
Let me. For instance,
Yes.
you see, you start a business.
Okay.
Maybe you start selling clothes.
Hmm.
And later, when someone says that you're doing well with this clothes, let me to start selling clothes now. There's money in it, though.
Yes.
Then you need to start selling clothes.
Yes.
You don't know why the person is selling clothes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And when you see that the person, you are not selling as you expected, you dump it for another market.
For another market, yeah.
You dump it for another
business,
product,
another venture,
business,
yeah.
And then when you now take a review, you find out that you have been jumping ship at every point, at every failure. So you are saying,
yeah,
it has to come from within.
It has to come from within.
There have to be an alignment. Now, that alignment with what?
Alignment with your true value.
Okay.
And that is what Rosaline is missing.
Okay.
Alignment with your true value.
Okay. What is true value?
Yes. According to positive psychologists, your values are brought into being.
Okay.
And they're brought into being from moment to moment. Why? Because as we grow in life and have experiences in life, we get to discover different things about ourselves. Right?
Mhm.
Now, in that place of discovery, you get to learn more about yourself. In that learning, you realize that you have certain interests. There are some things you don't like. There are some things you like. Plans change. You have plan of 5 years of becoming this. Before you know it, you say, I don't want to do that again. This is what interests me now. So, and that's why psychologists say values come into being from moment to moment. But here's one important thing about value. It can never be obtained, either externally or in real time. What does that mean? It means you can never have the same value 100% with somebody else. You get what I'm saying? And at the same time, you cannot attain a value.
Okay.
You cannot say I've arrived at a value. You get what I'm saying? So to know your values, it is important you have to have discovered self. And that's the problem with people. A lot of persons have not met themselves.
That's a big topic on
As in, like that's a big.
Have you met? Look, that was one of the reasons Rosalind said she couldn't look in the mirror.
You see that part? That part struck me deeply.
Yeah, she said she couldn't. How will she tell this reflection, this person she's seeing, that she's not getting it? How that she doesn't even recognize that sad face she's seeing
in the mirror.
She doesn't recognize that unhappiness, that look. She doesn't recognize it. So when you say a lot of people have not met themselves,
a lot of people, they walk with themselves. They are with themselves, but they are strangers. They don't know who they are.
They don't know.
Including Gen Zs.
See,
especially Gen Zs. No.
Let's not put an age group to this.
Okay. But for real.
I believe that, generally speaking, a lot of
persons.
I want to believe that even myself,
yeah,
is part of, can say, I just met myself.
Really?
Yes. I just met myself,
okay.
Honestly speaking. I don't know if I'm comfortable to share that experience.
Okay.
But I'll just dance around the surface for now,
okay.
Because it's an emotional thing for me. So when I say I just met myself, because I was someone that had okay, let me put it like this. I've had different types of challenges. Yeah?
Yeah.
But I'll talk about one. Why I said I just met myself. I'll just talk about one. The one I'm talking about today is fear.
Okay.
I suffered from... Oh, Jesus.
Very important to call in here.
I suffered from fear.
Wow.
When I say I suffered from fear, it's not... I didn't even know I was suffering from fear. That's how bad.
Yes, it can be like that.
That's
the essence of vent. Like, yeah, you don't get to know.
You don't even know the problem that
you're carrying within.
Let me now tell you how bad it was. Before I lost my father.
Yeah.
Oh, Daddy. He told me, Sandra, Sandra, you are too scared. You are too fearful. And I'm like, Daddy, no. I'm not scared. Now see me on board.
Yeah.
I didn't understand what he meant. Until one day, I sat down. I was praying. I was telling God, help me. I'm not such. I'm not this. I'm not that. Give me a breakthrough. And then I heard in my spirit, it told me, Sandra. Okay, they call me Sandra at home. Sandra, you have a lot of potential.
Yeah.
What have you done with any?
Wow.
See, When I had that, I broke. It was clear. I felt like somebody dragged my ear and said it. Let me say it again. He said, Sandra, you can do so many things. You have a lot of potentials. I blessed you with so many things to do. What have you done with any? You are just praying, God, bless me, bless me, bless me. And then I looked at myself. It's true. What have I done? Fear did not let me to do anything. I was so fearful. I can't even lead praise and worship. I would rather do backup singer.
It can be like that. It can be like that.
I was so fearful.
That is the energy control.
Yeah. I was so fearful. I can't enter a relationship. I will give reason why I will not enter a relationship. That's how much fear. I will see something that I want to do. I will plan it out. When I look, this thing, I should do this thing. No, I will give excuse. It wasn't laziness. It was fear. That's how bad it is. There's until the day I woke up to myself and say, enough is enough. I met myself and I said, no, fear will make you handicapped. It will turn you to a disabled person. Yeah. All of the potential you're supposed to achieve, you will not achieve it. Why? You are now disabled. And then God made me realize. That day I prayed. He told me. This is now I'm sharing. He told me. He said, even though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear. That verse kept coming to me. I say, Sandra, you've dulled yourself. And then it made me realize that fear is a sin. Fear is you doubting the ability of God in your life.
True.
Fear is you doubting the love of God in your life. It's like you are telling God that, God, wait, I can do this thing myself.
Exactly.
And then when it gets to you doing it yourself, you are giving yourself excuses as to why you cannot do it.
Exactly, because the fear does not have the ability
to do it. So you have told God, wait, you can't do this thing for me. I can do it by myself. Yeah. Now do it by yourself. You give yourself excuses. That's pride. That's disobedience. That's everything. All the things God hates in one. Yeah. Fear.
True.
But that day I met myself. So when you say, some people have not met themselves. Yeah. I know. I can relate. I can relate. Now I can look myself in the mirror and smile and say, I know that I've tried.
I am this, I am that.
Yes. So when you say alignment,
yes,
I know what you mean by alignment.
Yes.
I'm not motivated. I'm aligned. And I know, okay, this is how I want to do this thing. And I will do it. Come what? The worst. I now tell myself, the worst they can say is what? Is no.
It's no.
Oh, Shanik Mami. The highest they can say is no.
As long as you've not rejected yourself, when people reject you, you don't feel rejected. You don't feel rejected. Now, going through Rosalind's story, the first insight I'm getting from Rosalind's story is effort without meaning. And I'm drawing this insight from the part where you read, you said she did everything she believed she was supposed to do. She studied hard, took extra courses. Now, there was also something you said.
Okay.
That Rosalind felt like she was taking a wrong turn in her life.
Yeah.
What that shows us is misplaced value. Like I mentioned before, I talked about value.
Yeah, an alignment.
Yes, an alignment. Now, misplaced value. When you do not have an understanding of your value, like I also said, if you've not met self, you tend to want to, follow other people's lead. And value is supposed to be your direction in life. In fact, that's exactly what values are. They are your direction in life. According to positive psychologists, they're your direction in life. They're what directs you. So when you don't have an understanding of that value, somebody else's value becomes your direction. Are you getting me? Yeah. That is why she feels like she has taken a wrong turn. Because indeed, she has taken a wrong turn. You get my point?
Yes.
So,
And sometimes you don't even know where. You
yeah,
don't know when you did or where the wrong turn happened.
exactly.
Mm.
Exactly. And, there's something you used to say that I've heard you mention that you could be working on something if you are working hard, right? As long as you're working hard, life will reward you with something. You remember you made something and
Yes,
you've
I
made
have.
such quote. I believe that and I truly understand. But there is a different understanding that I have, and that is you could be working so hard on something,
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't mean you're working hard on the right thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And if you're not working hard on the right thing, at the end of the day, you feel empty. So your working hard is right, but the path that you're following or whatever it is that you're working hard on is wrong.
Even when it produces the desired
Result.
you still feel empty.
You still feel empty. You feel
Filled.
fulfilled.
You have that sense of
You
achievement.
won't have that sense of achievement. God bless you. That's the problem. I believe that's the problem with her. What do you think?
I agree with you. I agree with you. That's where you see someone that really loves that has aligned his value as a YouTuber
Yeah.
with one subscriber is very happy.
Mm-hmm.
But someone that is copying, he doesn't know what they are doing. They don't want to be a YouTuber because you know that they pay. If you now one subscriber, I don't get since morning. So yes, the understanding, the way they understand things is different. So yes,
And this brings me to my second insight, which is comparison and rejection.
okay.
And I'm getting this insight from the part where she said when she looks around, she sees others succeeding with what feels like less effort. That part where you said that you resonate with the most.
That
Now, you see one thing with comparison, man. Comparison is very bad. Very bad. As at 2022, it was recorded that we have over 8 billion people on Earth, which means that the Earth is currently accommodating 8 billion people, which also means that there are 8 billion human life. 8 billion human life. And every life have their own world and journey.
yes.
Right?
Yes.
For example, you and I could have the same core values in regards to relationship, but we cannot have the same core values in regards to business.
Mm-hmm.
That little difference is what makes my journey unique from yours.
Yes.
Now, when you disregard that little difference, right, you displace your path completely. Right?
Yes.
You displace your path completely. Wanting to run another person's race or be on another person's journey. And then when God happens to now open your eyes, you realize you have to run back from that person's journey back to
where you're supposed to start from.
right, back to starting point, then jump to your own path and start from square one, then begin to run again. That's if you have the grace.
God gives you
the grace, because some persons will run and they will die running somebody else's journey. No fulfillment.
That's saddest thing.
No fulfillment. Now, play with me for a moment. Let's say I have 2 phones here. Let me show you the power of comparison. I have 2 phones here, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Say I give you these 2 phones and I'm asking you to choose. Choose. Why did you go with that?
I love Samsung.
You love Samsung. What was the first thing you did?
I looked at both of them.
Okay. What went on in your mind?
Which one do I like amongst both of them?
You had to compare.
Yes.
Then what happens? You chose the
one-
Samsung, the one you like.
Yes.
Then what happens today? You rejected it.
Yes.
That is exactly what we do with ourselves as humans. When we compare ourselves, because with comparison comes when you have to compare, it means you must choose, you must select.
Yes.
Now, when you compare yourself with people, In this case, Rosalind is actually comparing her journey, not effort.
Yeah.
When you compare yourself with people, you have to choose. You have to make a selection.
Choice, yes.
You have to make a choice. You have to pick one.
Yes.
And oftentimes,
You neglect
you
yourself.
neglect it. You
You
pick
reject.
you reject yourself.
What a betrayal.
You pick this other person above yourself,
What a betrayal.
making you reject yourself. Now, this self that you are rejecting is your potential. You are rejecting your potential. You are rejecting your ability. You are rejecting your strength. You are rejecting your ideas. But most importantly, you are rejecting your values.
You're rejecting what makes you you.
Rejecting what makes you you.
Wow.
You get it?
Yes.
So it's crazy. It's crazy. And I feel like Rosaline, if you're watching this, wherever you are, if you're watching this, or you're anybody like Rosaline, bear in mind that you're enough for who you are. And to really discover yourself, you need to meet self and understand what are my values. That separates you from others.
That is the distinct feature we have as individuals.
As individuals.
Yes. That what makes me
as
me.
individuals.
And that will make that person that person.
Yes. Exactly.
And I want to add to this.
Yeah.
These values is not just for one sector. In every part of your life, relationship, in the office, career-wise, spirituality, all of it, in every
aspect of
you
life.
have to know what are my values. What are my values? Like in business now, some people will say, because there are so many, this information is everywhere. Information is everywhere, you get.
Yeah.
So you have to, what are my values? Align that value with the information you are getting. So you'll be carried away. You don't neglect self.
You get it.
Good
Now,
one.
my third insight, right, after
Yeah.
hearing you share Rosalind's
Story. Yeah.
First of all, I'm even wondering, did you even cry?
I didn't.
When she was venting, did you cry?
I didn't cry because I have to put on the strong front. It's what,
Because you see that part that you said she couldn't, where she shared with you that she can't look at the mirror anymore. She's avoiding the mirror. That part touched me. And that is the third insight, which is mirror avoidance. And psychologically, it has a symbol. And that symbol just explains that she's afraid, or would I say, she's ashamed of seeing who she's becoming.
Yes, that's correct.
She's ashamed of seeing who she's becoming.
Of all the decisions she has made that piled up to this particular moment. Yes.
I wouldn't know if I should make this or state this insight as psychological or spiritual, because it also has it is rooted, or it's spiritually grounded.
Okay.
And why I say so is this. You know, when have you seen some horror movies? I don't know if you're conversant with horror movies.
It's not my value.
Now, okay, let me put it this way. In some horror movies, I've watched some. I like horror movies.
Okay.
Now you see horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
When they look in the mirror,
mm-hmm.
just looking at them, they're like normal human beings, right?
Yeah.
And then when you look at the mirror, you will see who they truly are.
Yeah.
You see the demon.
Yes.
It even happened in Troll. In Merlin.
Yes. One episode of
one episode of Merlin.
Yes.
When Merlin took down the mirror to see the troll.
Yes.
Our true form was revealed in that mirror.
Yeah.
Why? Because the mirror reveals your true image. Whatever it is that is placed before a mirror,
mm-hmm.
the mirror reveals it. It gives you a spitting image of who you are. Right. Now, we are told that we are made in the image of God. And I was sharing this in one of my community, the Promised Land community, Wellness Tribe, the Promised Land Wellness Tribe, where I host spiritual mindset class. I was sharing this recently. And I was telling them that the image of God is words. I believe it is words. And in that words comes love. And that love comes life. Now, it means that when you understand the image, when you understand the image of which you are made of, which is love, you actually feel good about yourself.
You love yourself.
You love yourself. So when you stand in front of the mirror, what you see is love.
You see the love.
Now, what does the devil do when it comes to God things? He always tries to corrupt everything that God created. True of us.
Yes.
Now, he sends shame your way. What's the essence of the shame? To corrupt that image. What does fear do? To corrupt your personality, the image of God. So, in the case of Rosaline, feeling ashamed of who she is, what shame has just done is to corrupt that love image. So when she stands in the mirror, she's not seeing love. She's seeing shame.
And regret.
Not her fault. This is just what the mirror is revealing. I don't know if you get.
Wow.
Do you get it? So it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is.
Wow. So can you just give us a little bit of call to action? Because we can go all day.
Yes.
We can go
Yes,
all day. But just give us a bit of call to action, like one or two things that we can do. I haven't learned a few things because I want to believe that people have learned a few things. So one or two things that we can do differently.
Okay, I would say going into this week, if you're anything like Rosaline, if you feel ashamed in yourself, if you feel like you don't know who you are, if you constantly question, who am I?
Or you feel like you've taken the wrong turn.
Or if you feel like you've taken the wrong turn, take out some time today or take out some time this week to ask yourself, who am I? To make it fun, just take yourself on a date. Just be alone with self to ask yourself questions like, what are my values? What are my strengths? And if you are wondering what does strength mean here, strength here does not mean your skills that you learn. No, strength
does not mean
does
muscle.
Not muscle. No.
No.
Strength here means pre-existing capacity, innate abilities, things that energizes you, that makes you feel good. And people are strength blind. Do you know people are strength blind? They do things so easily they do not know they are good at that thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they take it for granted.
Why some people in fake modesty? Let's not even go there.
They take it for granted. Some people are so good at speaking, they do not know it's a thing.
They don't.
Right.
Yes.
So discover who you are. Meet with yourself. You can do this for 5-10 minutes in a day. Do this as often as possible till this sinks in, till this becomes part of you. Every part of your mind becomes fully aware that this is who I am.
You are. Okay.
And then begin to operate from that person.
All right.
But you in question, I would like to also know what insight, with all that we've shared today, what insight are you getting from today's episode?
I'm getting that one should love yourself. And we are not saying love yourself in some narcissistic kind of way. No. Love yourself. Know that you are a creation of God. You are an extension of God's love in human form.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
mind you can't love yourself if you've not met self.
Uh-huh.
You only love who you've met.
You can't love you can't love a stranger.
You can't love a stranger,
so
please.
You have to meet yourself.
I like that insight.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to meet yourself. And then love yourself. And you can only love yourself. You can only give love if you have love. You have to start from yourself. Heal. And send a DM. Leave a comment. Tell us where you're struggling. And we are here. And if you want to join us in the program, of course.
If you have a story, if you have something you want to vent about, please.
Don't hesitate to reach out. So thank you so much, Coach Moses. Thank you so much, Coach Moses. It was so nice to have you.
My pleasure. I feel so grateful.
Chop that knuckle.
Yeah. All right.
Next week, you'll be having another episode from us. Tamara will be here and Coach Moses will be here. Until then,
good job. Good job, everyone.
Say good.